All right, training camp is officially underway. The quarterbacks, the rookies, selected veterans, they are practicing at the NovaCare complex. The rest of the team are going to be set to join them, 2 days from now, Thursday. But before then, I got six Eagles to keep an eye on this summer. So these are going to be kind of like under the radar type of names. No Carson Wentz's, no Alshon Jeffries, no LeGarrette Blunts. These are going to be guys that are going to be scratching and clawing each and every day in an attempt to make the 53-man roster. So the first name that I have, first Eagle to watch out for this summer, is Marcus Johnson. So in my opinion, I feel like the sixth and final wide receiver spot on the roster is going to be decided between Shelton Gibson and Marcus Johnson. Gibson, fifth-round pick out of West Virginia, has reportedly not looked too good so far. OTAs didn't look too hot, and at West Virginia, he was a one-trick pony. He was a deep threat. He was a nine-route guy. That was about it. Now, Marcus Johnson, here's the thing with him. This guy never reached 1,000 yards, not only in a season, but never in his career at Texas. But he also never had a quarterback that threw more than 13 touchdowns in a season. If you look at his senior season with the Longhorns, okay, Jared Hurd and Tyrone Swoops was his quarterback. They combined to throw for just 1,751 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. So, as you can see, did not get good quarterback play at Texas. So the hope is that at his pro day, where he ran a 4.37 40, recorded a 37-inch vertical, had 11-foot 3-inch broad jump, the hope is that since the quarterback play was so putrid in Austin, maybe his athleticism can finally shine through with the Eagles. So he was a guy that reportedly did really, really well in OTAs, especially when he got an expanded role with the injury to Jordan Matthews. So this is the guy to watch out for come preseason. Who knows? Maybe he becomes like the Paul Turner of the summer. So we'll see. The next name I got on the list is Joe Walker. He was set to be the backup middle linebacker last season before tearing his ACL in August. So if you remember, Stephen Tulloch was brought in following his injury to play. Obviously, Tulloch did not re-sign. And depth at the linebacker position right now is a little bit scarce. So we'll see what Walker can do. Now, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's 6'2", 235. But he's really fast, and he has a nose for the football. So he's going to be flying around out there. And as we've seen in recent years, the NFL is kind of changing, becoming smaller at the position. Now, I don't think he's going to consistently shed blocks, of guards and tackles, but the speed is there, and he's an interesting prospect, so we'll see. Next guy on my list is Destiny Vial, and this guy, wow, he was kind of a beast last year. Considering he was undrafted, he played 26% of the snaps last year, and he was undrafted. That's pretty crazy to think about. Now, if you remember last year, the draft class was really, really deep at defensive tackle. So any other year, Vial, like this year, he probably would have been like a 6th-round pick. But in that draft class, well, he was undrafted. So with him, he's a guy that's got a really, really quick first step. And he splits gaps, and he gets into the backfield. He had 2 sacks last year. He had one of Cutler that I remember on Monday Night Football. So definitely he's flashed some as a rookie, and now he's going to get some more snaps because of the injury to Bo Allen. So Vial, another name to watch out for this summer. Now, the next 2 names on the list are a pair of cornerbacks, guys that excelled last year but did not make the team. So I got C.J. Smith and Aaron Grimes. And the reason why these 2 cornerbacks are so important, I think, is if one of them steps up, and I mean steps up to the level of, say, a Bene Benwickery of a couple years ago of Carolina, of a Kwan Williams, if you remember, from the Browns from a couple years ago. One of those late-round picks that is just an average type of cornerback, solid as a cornerback. Maybe, just maybe, one of these guys is a starter by the end of the year. You don't know. We don't know. This cornerback spot, it's so scarce and talent, I mean, who knows? But C.J. Smith, Aaron Grimes, these are the 2 guys. C.J. Smith, last year in the preseason, what really impressed me was when he was thrown into the fire in I believe it was the third preseason game against the Colts, and they trotted him out with the starters. Now, he didn't stop everything. He got beat a couple times by T.Y. Hilton and Dante Moncrief, but he competed, he clawed, he scratched, and I thought he fared pretty well for himself. He held his own against T.Y. Hilton against the Colts in the third preseason game. I think the guy that has more of an upside is Aaron Grimes. This dude was just balling in training camp last year, OTAs, and then he suffered that unfortunate AC sprain where on a play where he had this ridiculous one-handed interception in the back corner of the end zone against the Steelers. I mean, this play was remarkable, and if he can showcase what he did last summer, don't be surprised if he becomes that Ben Wickery or that Kwan Williams that I was just talking about a few minutes ago. So he's a guy for me that I am really, really curious to see what he can do, because he really did flash a little something last year, and we'll see if he can do it again. The last name I got on the list is Steven Means. Means is probably my favorite one of the six. Corey Clement, I think there's too many running back. Like, there's already a lot of running backs, so I didn't put him on here. But let's get back to Steven Means. So there's nobody that stood out to me more last summer than Means. And put up 3 sacks during the preseason, numerous other quarterback pressures. But he wins with a quick first step. And he gets off the snap well. He's not the biggest guy. He's only like 263 pounds. But because of how he times his snap, that allows him to translate speed to power. Now, if you look at Marcus Smith from last year, Marcus Smith had 220 snaps, and Means only saw the field 36 times. So basically, the way I see it, those 220 snaps now are going to go to Steven Means this year, because Marcus Smith, well, your ass is getting cut. So that's the way I look at that. So no more Marcus Smith. Steven Means will get those snaps, and I think Steven Means is going to make an impact in the limited snaps that he does have, the 220 snaps. So that's the guy. Now, just to kind of, I saw Corey Clement earlier. I know Holly said that. He might have a good preseason, but you look at, I don't know. I don't see how he could make the roster. He's a practice squad guy. So that's the way I see him. Any other comments? If no one has anything, I'm going to hop off. All right. That's it for this one. Just under the radar, kind of underrated Eagles to watch out for this summer. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care.